What's up everybody, Jason here. On this channel I do backpacking tips, trips, and gear reviews. So if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. If you're not new to the channel, thank you for your continued support, because without you this channel would be nothing. Now let's get into the video. In this video, we're out here at the Twin Valley Trail in Germantown. I also have another video about this trail where I done an overnight. Today we're going to do the Orange Trail, which is 6.8 miles. It's a loop. So I'll bring you up here and I'll show you the loop that we're going to do, and then we'll head off into the woods. All right, we are here. We're going to come down. Up and back to the car. It's almost 7 miles, so let's get started. Alright, just stepping on the trail out here. A lot of you guys are probably wondering, Jason, why are you wearing your full backpack? And the answer to that is simple. Why not? You know, why not get used to carrying the weight you're going to carry? For me, whether I go out for a 1-day trip or 5-day trip, everything is the same except the amount of fuel I bring, and then the amount of food I bring. Other than that, I carry the same amount of equipment. So remember in the last video we came down and we went left. Today we're going to go right. We're going to follow the Orange Trail. Pretty much just as I was expecting. We had some pretty hard rains last night, so I was really expecting to have a lot of mud today, which is kind of how it was on last trip too. I think it's important to get out on days like this, on the dark and dreary days, or the rainy days, the muddy days, stuff like that. You just kind of got to force yourself to get out. You can't just always wait for perfect weather to go. You just kind of got to get your body in the mindset of going, and generally you'll have fun. I mean, like right now it was kind of a dreary, overcast, dark day. And with the mud and stuff, it's not real fun. But I could be sitting at home or be at work or something like that. I would much rather be out here, and I'm sure the day will improve. Just got to force yourself to get out. If you're ever wondering if you're on the right path, it is pretty well marked. And like I said, we are following the Orange Trail, so we're going to keep on going. Getting ready to hit some downhill. They do allow camping here. There are, I think, maybe 3 or 4 designated camp sites to where you can camp, and I think each of them has like 3 or 4 spots. You do have to call ahead and reserve a spot, so that's the only thing that's kind of a pain. It's not like at the Red River Gorge or something where if you're, you know, within rigs as far as, you know, distance from trails or caves or any of that stuff, you can camp just anywhere. Here you gotta make a reservation. So just keep that in mind if you ever want to come here and camp. Got our first little water crossing, and I'm sure it's because of all the rain. This just goes down and goes directly right out to the river that's just, I don't know, probably 100 feet away. We're at a junction. This trail is the green trail, which, as you know, we're staying with the orange trail. So we're going to come back over here. And we're going to head down the green-orange trail. Like I said, these trails are very well marked for the most part. If you remember my last video, I took a wrong turn at one spot where it wasn't very well marked, and I think we'll be passing that. I'll show you what happened. Sorry if you guys are getting some shaky handheld footage. I usually have my camera attached to my small bendy tripod, but I figured I would try something different and have my camera attached to my full-size tripod. And it works, but my big tripod is pretty heavy, so like right now it feels like my arm's about to fall off. I know they make, you know, lighter ones, you know, carbon fiber and stuff, but I don't really want to spend the money on that. I guess if I could find a big tripod and then a small bendy tripod that the base plates are interchangeable, it'd be better. But just this setup that I'm using right now is way too heavy to sit there and hold for any amount of time. We're out into a little clearing. And it's only because of those big power lines coming through here. Starting on a slippery, rocky uphill, but path, as you can see, is well worn in. Alright, we got a trail down there, red and green. And over here, red and orange. So we're going to continue to follow the orange. Alright, up on another junction. There's our red, green, and orange. Obviously the path that we want. And then here's some more paths down here. The green trail. Then here's the Cottonwood picnic shelter. Due to renovations, water is temporarily unavailable at the Welcome Center, and shelter is located at 6910 Boomershine Road. Plan accordingly. So, keep that in mind if you plan on coming here anytime soon. But we will not be using them. We brought water, and we don't need to go to the restroom. So we're going to come back and get back on our correct path. Little buddy on the trail. Sure he'll take off if we get closer. There he goes. But right here we have the Morning Glory picnic shelter. It doesn't say anything about water or anything like that, so looks like a pretty well worn trail back there. I don't know what it is. There's no signs. And I don't feel like going exploring right now, so we're going to keep on the orange trail. It's a pond. Ooh, look at that big fishy. Be a pretty good spot to stop and take a drink of water. Yeah, I gotta be honest with you guys. I mean, I really did not feel like making this trip or this video. It was one of them days I just felt like staying in bed. Just felt like, you know, relaxing. I got so much stuff to do at home. But like I said earlier, I mean, sometimes you gotta just force yourself to get out and do it. And honestly, once I got out here and got the blood moving, the sun and stuff like that, I mean, I'm so glad I did. I feel so much better. Feel kind of rejuvenated, ready to go. So, I mean, you just got to force yourself to do stuff. I mean, a lot of times it pays off, just like now. Nature Center this way. And that's the way we're heading anyhow. Orange Trail, and looks like they got parking and a restroom. So it seems like we'll be going past the Welcome Center. Never been there. Another little side trail. I'm not sure where it goes. Looks like we got a boardwalk of some sort. Or had just seen this. It says the orange loop is 7.5 miles. Another thing I seen said 6.8 miles. So I'm not real sure what's going on. We're doing somewhere between 6 and 7.5 miles. Got some little seats over here. And I'm guessing this must be the welcome center. So now we have a white, blue, yellow, and orange trail. Got a water crossing coming up. Trying to see if I can get across this thing without getting wet. And we made it. Had a lady pass me as I stopped to take a picture of this little waterfall. She didn't say a word, didn't even really look at me or anything. And then after I was done taking a picture, I passed her as she was stopping to fix her pants or whatever. Didn't say a word to me, didn't even really acknowledge that I was here. Maybe it's because I have a beard and tattoos, I don't know. But generally that's not the type of people you meet on the trail. I mean, I've usually always met, very nice people. But you do get the occasional person, I guess, apparently like that lady. But whatever, we're gonna keep on trucking. Well, I guess there's no getting through this. This is just gonna be, I guess I'm just gonna be soaked. Oh, God. Oh, that went up to my ankles. Alright, no. Somebody made a little path over here. I think I'm going to take this one. It's a pretty good view of the river. It's flowing pretty good. Now you can definitely tell that along this river, this is definitely a flood area. I mean, if you look over here, just all kinds of sticks and tree stumps and all kinds of stuff washed up. This would probably be nearly impossible to pass after a period of really heavy rain. I do know there's one section of this trail that as we get closer to being back to the car, there's an alternate route for floods. And it just keeps going with this mud. I am just literally, my feet are completely soaked. I'm covered in mud. Just gotten to the point where I've just given up. I'm just trotting through it, not even trying to bypass it. Oh wow. And we're still following the orange trail. Wish the orange trail would improve as far as the mud, but you know, gotta take the good with the bad. Just like I said earlier, you know, you just gotta kind of get out there, and I've just kind of accepted the mud and I'm just kind of trotting through it. It's not really bothering me anymore. I can clean up when I get home. This is one massive tree. Alright, we're heading away from and up from the river. So I'm pretty happy about that. Give my feet a chance to get rid of some of this mud and dry out some of this water. And we're still on the orange trail, heading up. Just stopped to take a, just stopped to take a pee and water break. Now we're starting to go down in elevation. I'm pretty sure at this point I am just literally a walking spider web. I just can't even begin to even count how many spider webs I've walked through already. I bet with a lot of rain, this is probably a pain to cross. Alright, coming up on another split in the trail. We're going to continue to follow the orange. So far, this has been a very peaceful hike. Like I said, I've only seen one other person, and she wasn't very friendly. And when I pulled up to the trailhead, there was only one other car, and it was this lady's car. We were actually both getting out of the car at the same time. I don't really anticipate on seeing too many more people this weekend, being as it is a holiday weekend. So people, oh, actually I just heard people. So most people are probably getting ready for cookouts and fireworks and stuff like that. Just stopped to take a water and a decobweb myself break. And I'm going to continue on the Orange Trail. I'm hoping the people that I passed just a little bit ago maybe collected all the cobwebs from this trail. I'm venturing to say they probably didn't. I bet they came from the Silver Trail, because I think there's a parking area somewhere. And we're going to continue down the Orange Trail. Looks like there's parking and a restroom up here. Alright, coming out of the trail and onto the walk by the dam / spillway. And we're still on the Orange Trail. Must be like a Forest Service road of some sort. But we're going to continue up this way. Okay, here's where the whole mishap the first time happened. Here's the trail that we came from, the Orange Trail. That's the way that we're going, and then we're going to go up there and we're going to go left and head back towards the car. In the first video, I came from that way, came up here, and you're supposed to go this way, and you'll walk up and you'll go to the right and you'll go underneath like a little bridge, and there'll be markings on the bridge telling you you're on the trail. Well, there's no other markings. So I continued around this way and went back the way that I just now came from, past the dam and everything else. So just keep that in mind. And here's the sign telling you orange goes to the left. So that's the way we're going to go. I am really dreading this portion up here, because if it's like last time, the mud and stuff is going to be 1,000 times worse than what I just went through back there. They do here what is called the TVT Challenge, the Twin Valley Trail Challenge. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure the total length, if you add up all the trails on this system of trails, I think it's like 31 miles. And the TVT Challenge is a thing that they do, I believe, once a year, and I think it's in June. And I believe it's like 27.5 miles. So you'll sign up for it, you'll come here in the morning, and you'll walk. I mean, it's just a one-day thing. You try to do what you can do. You know, it's just a competition with yourself, not with anybody else. And it's something that I would like to do. I actually thought about doing it this year, and then when I actually thought about it, it was too late, so I guess I'll have to wait for next year. So it might be something worth considering. Probably be pretty fun just to see what kind of time you can do 27.5 miles in. Just hiked for a little ways with a guy who's out with his son hiking. His son was actually the kid that passed me earlier and took off running. He's just getting into backpacking, I think, wanting to do some other stuff, and I just talked to him for a little bit. Seemed like a great guy. So trying to figure out where to do the next trip at. We've thought about Grayson Highlands or Linville Gorge, or you know, someplace like that. We've even thought about Shawnee State Park. If you guys have any suggestions on places we should go, you know, put it down in the comments. Maybe some suggestions that you guys have, and we'll take them all into consideration. Alright, we're coming up on the road, and here's that part where I said, in case of high water, follow road. We're going to continue on the Orange Trail. See what it looks like up here. Hopefully it's not flooded. And it doesn't look like it, so I think we're good. Getting ready to run up some steps. I think we come out onto the road, and then we'll have a short little road walk, and then we'll go back into the woods. You would walk down that way, or well, from that way I should say, if the water was high. You just bypass that section that we just walked. View of the river as we cross the bridge. Alright, getting ready to be off the road and heading back into the woods. Actually, I think we're gonna go through like a field first before we go back in. There's our orange, and I believe right up there in that clearing is where the car is. And still following the orange. Alright, you guys, we're back to where we started. We went that way, and we came from this way. Over there's the car. Alright, you guys, that's it. Time to get in the car, go home, get cleaned up, and enjoy the rest of my weekend, do some stuff around the house. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to comment, like, subscribe. Until next time, hope to see you on the trail.